everybody, and welcome to Nerdverse Toy Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Disney exclusive Droid Factory from The Mandalorian. This set features R63, MA-13 the Ferry Droid, R1, and NOAH. I am super excited to dive right into this, but before we do, I would like to encourage all of you to take a second and blast that subscribe button and smash that like button. That really helps the channel along, so thank you. I haven't been to Disneyland or Disney World in recent months, but after hearing from my buddy over at Viper 9 Toys that this was available on eBay, I had to jump at the gun because I don't know when I'm going to be back, and I did not want to miss out on these figures. So, let's take a look at them together, shall we? Alright, so we're going to dive right into the packaging. On the front, you've got your standard age recommendation of 4+. You've got the Disney logo. You have the Silver Droid Factory logo. You've got the names of the different characters. You've got a fancy little Mandalorian sticker here. I really love the blue, like, almost blueprint design of these droid factories. I think it really kind of ties in, like, the whole robotics, like, building of your own droid and having your own droids and being able to customize them and have them swap parts. I think that's a really fun way to tie the intent of these figures all together. But on the back of the packaging, we have the Star Wars Droid Factory logo once again, and then we've got stills from the show, or mock-ups from the show, of the different characters. R63, the MA-13, which is the long-awaited Ferry droid. In my opinion, I loved seeing his design in the end of Mandalorian, and I love that they actually got around to making a figure. You've got R1, and you've got NOAH. Now this set does retail at $44.99 on, if you have the chance to pick it up at retail. Like I said, I had to jump to eBay. I don't know when I'm going to be back in Disney. I don't know when this set's going to be phased out. So I had to bite the bullet and pay scalper prices. I don't usually support that, but I think it's fine in this occasion, or at least I'm justifying it for myself in this occasion because I was really looking forward to this set, and I didn't know when I was going to be able to find one of my own. So, you've got the Disney logo, you've got the Disney Plus logo. Now, I don't know, and this is something that I would love to hear back from some of the fans that may know better than I, that whether or not this is made in conjunction with Hasbro, like a standard vintage collection figure. I don't see the Hasbro logo on the box, so I am honestly uncertain how these figures are produced versus like a Hasbro based figure. So I'd love to hear your guys' comments below. So, anyway, yep, you've got the rest of the box. Looks great. Now let's go ahead. I've already cut the tape on this side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figures. I'll let the box goblin pick that up. And we have some awesome droids. Those look fantastic in person. So, we're going to go ahead and start. Get that one out. We'll do the Ferry droid last because he looks a lot bigger. We'll go ahead and get NOAH out here. Wrinkle. Sorry guys, loud noises as I'm popping these. Oh, they're stiff. There's that guy. Oh, I'm just gonna follow. Get the security droid. The Ferries. And there goes his arm, but we will go ahead and look at him more in a second. Alrighty guys, so I've gone ahead and got all 4 of these wonderful droids out of their packaging. We're going to go ahead and start off with R63. So R63 here is a standard astromech-esque unit. Droid. Got some nice gold paint applications across the body over that nice vibrant white. Some nice hints of silver. Really blends in well across the base of the body. You've got the standard dome swivel with the head of the astromech. Go ahead and get that in a little bit better focus for you guys. So with that, you do have a little bit of red, some blacks. Underneath the head, as they all, most of these remove, if I can get it off here. There we go. There is no paint. A lot of them have had silver or other paint jobs underneath the dome of the astromech unit. So, looks really good though, and if you're a customizer, you can always take the opportunity to go ahead and paint inside of that. Get it all those nice textures and wiring, different silvers, different metallics, and any other wiring colors that you think would look good underneath there. So You do have that point of articulation. Like most standard astromechs / Build-A-Droids, you do have the leg back and forth, goes around, tire, in an entire circle. And then you do have the joint at the foot of the droid. At the bottom, the standing leg, the wheel leg, does remove, and then underneath, you do have all 3 wheels on the feet of the droid. So, really great figure. It is probably my least favorite of the 4, but I think that's because it is a really strong set. Let's go ahead and move to my third favorite, I guess you could say. We have the NOAH. Now, this droid is pretty cool. Very bright color scheme. Love the teals and the light blue and the orange. I think it works really, really good for this droid. I don't personally remember this droid in the show. I guess I'm going to have to rewatch the episodes and keep a clean eye on it. See if I can point him out of the crowd. But I think the color scheme in my head, this NOAH droid, it reminds me of like the Miami Dolphins color schemes if you're like a football fan. I think it looks really, really cool. It's a really fun color scheme for a droid. And then thanks to my buddy at Viper 9 Toy Reviews, he pointed out to me that this headpiece, the dome of the astromech unit, is actually a new sculpt. It's completely new. So if you go ahead and pop that off as well, there's no white color under there, but there is some other inner workings that are slightly different than most of your standard Build-A-Droids. So good figure, and it does have the same articulation as the R63. So then I would say my second favorite is the R1 droid. This droid is really cool. Disney recently did a droid very similar to this one with their first Galaxy's Edge, I guess you could say, droid factory set, where they had the droids that are kind of sitting outside Galaxy's Edge. It's a really cool set. They had one of these droids. What I find so impressive is that they have changed this mold for adding the little Rebel logo in gold in yellow. It's just a really cool touch. And then having all the different pieces that are very different from the previous release of one of these type of droids, one of these R droids. Really great. You've got articulation at the top. The head does remove, and you have articulation at the base. And then you have, obviously, the little like hover stand, whatever you want to call that. It is right there. It looks great all together. Really happy with this. Let's go ahead and pop that head off. Pull it off this camera for a second, guys. 1 second. There we go. You do have silver on this one, and you could put any other astromech head on this droid if you wanted to kind of switch things up, have a unique looking droid, or if you're a customizer, you could do a lot of fun things with this. I think this set, for any customizer, anybody who likes having a unique twist on their droids, will love this set, because there's a lot you can do with it. A lot of things that you could add on, swap out with other droids. It's a good set. And then from there we have MA-13, the Ferry droid. I think he is awesome. The staff he comes with is really cool. The colors, like it's not quite like it's not like a clean white as you can compare to the R63. It's more of like a metallic white. Like it's interesting. I like it though. It kind of feels dirty. It kind of goes with the vibe of that scene, obviously, when he's pushing down the Ferry droid. I mean, pushing down the ferrying down the path of lava. It's a really cool moment in The Mandalorian. And he'll look really good next to the Mandalorian characters, or hanging out with your Jawas in the Sandcrawler. But yeah, let's go ahead and take an in-depth look. There's the staff. Looks really cool. Just kind of standard, thick plastic. Not a lot of give to it. It's just totally fine. From there, I'm most impressed by this figure because of all the articulation. I think it's apparent that you can kind of just see it by looking at it from as you look at it through pictures or in person. It's a really good figure, and the different paint applications that they have over the different metals is just awesome. So for starters, you've got articulation at the top of the astromech head unit, and then it's on like this riser. Let's go ahead and take that off so you guys can see it. And it does come apart so you guys can see. Let me go ahead and get it broken into all 3 pieces here. Sorry, it's a little stiff. So you have the riser piece. You have the astromech head, which is just your standard. You could put this on any other Build-A-Droid. And then from there, you've got the standard astromech piece. So it all kind of clips together, as you can see here, to make this rising effect to be able to view inside at the under effects of the droid's head. So from there you have, which is the best part, you've got the articulation. Now these do come off, so you could add these to any other Build-A-Droid, create a looming, bigger, standing droid. Really cool. But you do have articulation at the shoulder. You have a swivel above the elbow, a swivel below the elbow, and then you also have elbow articulation, which this one is really stiff for me. I don't want to bust it, but this one works great. So I'll go ahead and kind of show you guys that. From there, in the wrist, you do have a wrist rocker up and down. I can't get it to turn that well, but I think there is a swivel in there as well. Going to the secondary arm piece, you do have an up and a down, and you have the elbow as well. And then at the hand, you have a swivel. So you get that. Sorry, try and get that on camera here. You have a full 360 at the wrist, as well as a rocker to go up and down. Really cool touch that they've got there for that. And then from there at the hip, it goes up, and it goes back. You do have knee articulation, which this is really stiff. I get scared that I'm going to bust it each time I move it. But that's good because, well, it's not good, but it helps the figure stand on its own. He does have the power, and I know I could soak that in some hot water if I want to loosen it up. And then from there, you have ankle articulation and slight rotation. Really, really great figure. Tons of articulation. But I think he looks amazing if you just kind of scope him out. Looks great. So he is definitely by far one of my favorite figures that I have gotten in recent memory. He's already winning 2022 for me, and I think he looks absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and get them back in focus. Yeah, great set, guys. I am really pleased. If I was ranking it out of 10, I'd probably give it 4 out of, if I was ranking it out of 10, I'd give it a 8 or a 9. If I was ranking it out of 5, I'd give it a 4 or 5. I'm really happy with it. But from there, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out these droids. I hope I've been descriptive enough and been able to show you guys some of the fun features or giving you guys a good visual of what these droids are like and some of the cool aspects of them, and that you guys can pick them up if you have the opportunity. This is a really young channel, so I would really appreciate if you do take the time to like or subscribe. Also, feel free to throw comments below. I think I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I have a lot of other videos coming out soon, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you guys. And if you have any products that you think that I should review or take a look at, feel free to comment it below. Send them my way. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I do collect a large array of figures, so having your guys' feedback is much appreciated. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.